Do you remember when Spider-Man's uncle said, with great power comes great... What was that? Opportunity? No. Money? No. Control? No. With great power comes great... It's on the tip of my tongue. Do you know what it is? I'm J. Lauren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast. Yes, you're right. Responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. There are a lot of people who have been trained to speak, whether it's a TED Talk or it's Toastmasters or it's some other level of speech competition, maybe high school or college speaking, maybe even debate, or they've been to law school. And they become very, very quick-minded. They think on their feet very fast. They have the right answer for every argument. They've studied every subject that they discuss or debate or talk about at length. They can talk circles around most people. They may even be able to argue the same point from both sides. They might even have learned through some acting classes or something of the like to be able to cry on cue, to write the script in such a way that they know exactly what emotion they're drawing out of the crowd. Maybe they've even studied a little NLP, and they have the ability to tell their story in such a way that it makes people cry at just the right time, and it draws the emotions out to get just the reaction at just the right time. And they've planned, pre-planned, and anticipated these results to such an extremely fine level that you might even not notice that's what they're doing. See, there's a word for that. In my opinion, it's called manipulation. And I don't necessarily encourage you as a storyteller, as a user of your superpower, which is your story, to manipulate other people in the way that they think or the way that they feel. I do believe in being cautious and careful about the way that you tell your story, about the facts that you bring in, the ones that you include and the ones that you intentionally leave out because they may hurt others. I understand and I acknowledge and I willfully use emotion in the stories that I tell and the stories that I craft, because I know emotion compels people. And if you want to use your story to build your business, to build your life around, to convince or persuade other people, then you're going to have a call to action. And if you want people to actually take action, then you've got to be able to include all of those things, emotion and reality. You've got to know what part of your story to tell and what part to leave out. You got to be able to dissect the parts of your story that are appropriate for this audience and not appropriate for that audience. You've got to be able to put all of those things into a story and make it fit within the time and the space that you have to deliver it. But if you do all those things as a crafting and manufacturing of a story that's not necessarily true, or maybe even has zero truth in it, it just seems like the right story for the right audience to be told, and you don't care if it has any facts, or even if it's someone else's story, then you basically are employing a superpower, a story, to do, in my opinion, incongruous things. You're doing the work of a superhero with a bad intent. I'll let that sink in for a moment. I don't know if you've ever watched the movie Hancock, but perhaps you're going to go rent it or at least pull up some clips on YouTube and learn who the superhero Hancock was, because he was a jerk. Oh, he could stop a train with a single hand. He could pick up cars and fling them left and right, but he often did it with an ill motive. He often did it out of his own selfishness. He often did it because it suited him, not because it was for the well-being of others. Oh, he had the power. He was a jerk. Loki, the god of mischief. Oh, he has the power, but he's a jerk. Just because you have the power to tell a story doesn't mean you should. Remember, Thor got his superpower after proving he was character worthy to wield the hammer. I challenge you, if you're a communicator, if you use stories to change and transform your life and the life of other people, do it with integrity. Do it with character. And spend your time developing the you that you are so that the story that naturally comes out of you has that superpower already in it. Your story is your superpower. But weak character, that's your kryptonite. I'm J. Loren Norris with Leading Leaders Podcast for Tell It Like It Is TV. Have a blessed day.